Guys, this is up with us right here. We're about to get to work on these 3 potato beds. As you can see, they are dead and ready to be pulled up. And that man right there has been worrying me about these potatoes for about 2 weeks now. We didn't get a chance to do them before we got all that crazy rain, and here he is, nice and close. That's the face of a person with potato anxiety. Tell you what. So we didn't get to pull them before we got all that rain, and then we got like 6 inches of rain, and we were figuring it was going to take a week or so for these to dry out. And I came out here and pulled up a plant just to see if I could get enough for dinner. And I got all those guys right there. So we're gonna get to work on all this and see what we can pull up. The ground's actually much drier than we expected. We expected basically just a mud pit. It's still damp, but it's not horrible. So potato picking, you get dirty no matter what anyways, so we're just gonna hop in and get going. What you got?
I got some potato seeds.
Tasty.
These are poisonous, so you don't eat them, but something's been trying to eat them, clearly.
Let's see if I can focus on that. Stop moving. There you go. Yeah.
Something's been trying to eat them.
Well, they may not be poisonous to them.
Or maybe they bit into them and that was their last bite.
Their last meal.
It's
Well,
possible.
we're going to get many meals off of these rows.
Yeah, don't eat these.
Don't eat them seeds right there.
Don't eat these, but we may try to save them and see.
Yeah, we'll give it a shot.
They're not supposed to grow back true to the potato that you have because there's so many different genetics inside of a potato. So they grow back maybe different ones, but it's still a potato. So
yeah, something we didn't have to buy.
Yeah, so we'll see. We may try this for next year.
Yeah. All right, you collected our buckets over here.
I got all the buckets, all the kinds of buckets.
Let's see how much we need.
We got these buckets, and then these buckets.
Yep.
We won't need those.
Yeah, last year we just had these red ones, and we did not have the side-by-side yet. Yeah. And your cousin, or your nephew, was in town. And we were making him ferry them back and forth on the zero turn to the house. So at least we can do this all hopefully in one trip. But we're gonna get going and see what we find. Is there a mouse?
Something crawled right across there.
Yeah. Oh no, something messing with his peanuts. Can't have that.
That's where it came from too.
Well, when he goes off to worry about that, I'm gonna show you this stuff. Let's look. So we pulled from there just now, and that's what I pulled out of there. Last week I pulled from this spot, and it's looking like there's some more taters in here. Did we miss all these?
Probably. No, that's the one I just pulled.
Oh, okay. I was about to say. I thought this is where we pulled from before. Gotcha. So, let's see what happens. Nothing happens because it's breaking off.
We had a comment on one of our videos from last year, somebody did this year, where they said that we grew more weeds than potatoes.
We did.
And
almost.
That's true. But this year we didn't. There's still some weeds, but it's not bad at all.
Let me tell you what, we're still eating off those potatoes from last year. Yeah. Not fresh, but we canned a bunch. Probably still have another 50 meals downstairs of potatoes. Still have a little bit of weeds in the row, but it's really not bad. It's 10 times better than last time. So I'm gonna get y'all set up and we're gonna see what we find. Now it's recording.
Great. Yes, dirt's really good though.
Is that? I mean, like we said, we thought it was going to be all mud basically, and it'll clump together, but it'll do that anyways on the
Good
best days.
size one.
Here's a good size one too.
Yep. Oh man.
Just makes moving the dirt a little harder.
Well, what I should do is we should just pull the dirt into the rows or out of this. That way we know we moved it all.
True.
And it allows us to get down in there deeper and see what's in there.
It'll cover these weeds some.
And it'll cover the weeds. Don't want to miss any. If I can help it. Let's pull this guy up. See this. The other thing I'm happy to see is that there's no bites.
Yeah.
They look like
Doesn't look rotted yet. Doesn't look like anything's been eaten at them.
this is just one big pile.
Here you go. It's pretty rock for you. Danny's love language is rocks. So we got him a garden full.
The only problem is, I mean, I guess it's not really a problem, is that they are going to be really dirty, and you can't clean them. You're supposed to clean them, so.
You can brush them off though.
Yeah, that'll be fine. It's probably not ideal to pick them. We probably should let them dry a few more days, but we don't have a few more days. There are no dry days. And I'd rather not lose my potato crop just because I'm trying to get a perfect crop. Worst case scenario, they start rotting, we start canning. This is part of the fun anyway, right?
Mm-hmm. I think even though it's a messy job, potato harvest is probably the most fun harvest. I think partially because it's a mystery too.
Right, yeah, you don't know.
You think you know what you got, but
Not too many stuck on, which I guess is a good thing. It means they've already come off. I get it.
That's a big one.
Is that one got sun? No, I guess not.
Oh. But here's the potato, the seed potato. It was just like a quarter piece. That's what's left of it after growing all these guys. Here.
What's that?
So I felt like there's more right here, but I guess not.
That's a big boy.
Mm-hmm.
I just like how they just kind of appear out of the dirt. It's just a bunch of dirt and up comes a potato. Oh. Easy to miss. Pretty good potato ground. We definitely have done good at growing potatoes.
Yeah. 2 whole years in a row.
Yeah.
We've grown more than most people will ever grow potatoes in those 2 years.
Oh, I'll have to see if the neighbors want some.
Yeah. Well, it's not that weird stuff like okra, so.
Right. They brought us some stuff, so the trade war is on.
Our gardening neighbor.
Yeah.
Is he growing potatoes?
I think so. I'm actually really amazed at how it's not really soaking wet down
Yeah.
here.
It's good drainage. I was also thinking because this is lower ground than the rest of the garden, it might be wetter too, but
Yeah, I mean, we're on this hill, so it does drain down.
yeah. Yeah,
Right.
down through here.
It's hard to drain 5 inches in 2 days, no matter what, unless you have sand.
Oh, that could be.
There you go. Yeah.
That was not a potato, that was spiny amaranth. Pigweed.
Didn't get you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go empty these buckets. We're gonna need more buckets.
Good.
Yeah, looks pretty good.
I didn't miss any. Oh, I saw one. I seen it.
Teeny tiny one.
Yeah. I'm gonna go down this end and work my way back to you.
Sounds good. Definitely saw some sun, but
Really not many I've seen though.
yeah. Well, we did a good job of hilling these. It's got good soil in it though. We've really improved that over what it was.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice and dark.
I mean, there's definitely, you can kind of see it clumps up a little bit, but it's just you barely touch it and it falls apart. It was definitely pure clay before. See if I can get down here to where there is still clay, so you can kind of see just a little bit below that. It's still, it started, you can feel the coarseness of it, but it's definitely, that's the difference between just a few inches down and right here on top where it just falls apart now. We've improved the soil quite a bit. It's actually soil now, I guess. These spiny weeds out of here. Yeah, these are worse than this. Actually, I don't think is the spiny amaranth, but it's worse.
Pokey.
It's worse than that. With a root on that bad boy. All right, back to potatoes.
Oh, that breeze feels good.
sun goes down, this is the time to be out here. A little smaller here at this end. For me at least. Some good ones. Small but plenty. There's definitely a lot. These are Red Norlands, right? I don't think they're supposed to be massive anyway.
Yeah, they're not a big old baked potato or anything.
Yep. Oh, there's a few.
Too heavy. Just one spiny weed in between us.
Doesn't help that I'm not moving, I'm just reaching way down.
Yeah, I know. Like, how little can I move?
We don't have enough buckets. All right, so
I'm so happy I just got my nails done. I just did my nails.
Yeah, right. All right. Yeah, this end's still wet.
Yeah, I feel like this row is wetter than the last row.
Potatoes on it though.
Little sun scald on that one.
Don't need this guy anymore. Oh, that's better.
can do this. It's fine.
Just 1.5 rows to go. We're halfway there.
Halfway to halfway there.
Now, yeah. Is it really rotten?
Yeah, the stems.
That'll be a good one. Some of this is just hand plowing too. Because if I see a spot that hasn't been dug down, I just dig it up with my fingers, and then I plowed it in. Tilled, I guess. Hand tills.
Gotta copyright that. Oh.
Careful.
Oh.
You gotta watch where you put your hand out here. Spiny amaranth.
It'll get you.
It'll get you. Yeah, I think you really, if they don't come off with the plant, like if you pull the plant up and they don't come off, I think it means you picked them a little too early. For
They're
sure.
not coming off with the plant.
Yeah, and they're not coming off with the plant, which is a good thing because it means they've already separated. So they've grown as much as they're gonna grow. It's just that they could
It
harden
also
up.
mean that we're digging them out of wet soil. It's holding on to them harder.
It could be, but I don't think it's holding on harder though. Honestly, it would be harder if it was
It's harder to
dry.
dig through.
If this was dry, it would be worse because it would be harder.
Oh, it's a big boy. So how many pounds do you think we're gonna get?
I have no idea. It's a lot though. I mean,
It's a good guess.
I think we're gonna get, we might get 300 pounds off of this. Maybe even more.
Your bet is over 300.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over 300. What's yours?
275.
Oh, okay.
To 352, somewhere in there.
Okay. Okay.
Counting for dirt and all on them.
Oh, mushroom. There's I think that's a adult Colorado potato beetle right there.
What?
Yeah. He's got an orange head, and I can't remember if the fake one has a stripe down his back or not, but I'll have to, hopefully that's in focus. I'll have to take a look, see if that's a real Colorado potato beetle or not. Doesn't matter, he's dead. Good or bad, they eat your potato leaves. None of them are good, but there's fake ones that aren't as bad as the Colorado potato beetle. which is super, super, super devastating to potato crops. So if you ever see any of those, you need to kill them. But that was an adult, which is harder to kill. You want to catch them at their nymph stage. This guy popped out the top. He's no good. Sun got to him.
Getting flashbacks of last summer after all this. And then we just ate potatoes with every single meal for months. It was good.
Yeah.
I actually missed it.
Yeah, well, we're about to get it again.
I know. So I was thinking, I'm like, it's starting up again.
I mean, I can think of worse things to eat.
Right.
Well, and like I said, make some breakfast potatoes and lunch potatoes.
Dinner potatoes.
And dinner potatoes.
Midnight snack potatoes.
Yeah. Trip potatoes. Staying home potatoes. It's the shrimp of the dirt.
Shrimp of the dirt. All right, Bubba.
Saute it. A shrimp sandwich. Or potato sandwich.
We got
Potato
mashed
salad.
potatoes, baked potatoes, fried potatoes, french fries, potatoes au gratin, loaded taters, hash
Nice.
browns.
Diced taters. Shoot, you can even eat them raw.
No, you can't. Don't do that.
Why can't you eat them raw?
I don't think you can, actually.
You can eat potatoes raw. Why can't you eat potatoes raw?
Said so.
You're thinking of something else. They just ain't no good raw.
Yeah.
That's a big potato. The obligatory noises you must make to get these
Anytime you move.
potatoes come out of the ground. You know, you could say we're too old to be doing this. It's true, probably. But it's how you stay young, right?
We're not that old.
We are old.
We feel old, but we're not that old.
Well, I'm older than you are.
Yeah, you're a lot older than me.
Yep. So,
Missed one.
leave me missed one. That
Right,
little one?
Don't you forget it.
He's good.
Yeah, come see what I missed.
Yeah. They're tired of having these rows here.
Yeah.
They're just sick and tired. This is what we found. Just trying to get some of these weeds out. All right. Honestly, we probably could add more if we healed them a little better. And these are the potatoes that we have this season.
Nice.
Check that out. The potato grew between the state landscape staple and bent it out.
Potatoes pretty much just fine.
Yeah,
Just slowly grew and slowly spread it.
yeah, let's take it off. Yeah, it's just some little dents there, but it's fine. That's funny.
It pretty much went mostly back to size.
Mostly back to size, yeah.
All right, there it is, guys. It's wild. Cool. All right, we did it. 3 rows of red russet. No,
Red
these
Nor-
russet?
Red
Red
Norland.
Norland. Red Norland potatoes. Hold on.
How much do you think this is? We're going to weigh it in our next video. We're going to tell you how much it is, but leave in the comments below how many pounds of potatoes you think we have here. we did, what was it, 3 40-foot rows, 42 feet rows.
It was about 5 pounds of seed potatoes in each row.
Yeah.
So they're mostly cut up into about egg-sized pieces, about 2-ounce pieces, and placed about a foot apart.
So 15 pounds of potatoes turned into this.
Yeah.
It's a good haul. It's definitely a good haul. We're going to have a lot of potatoes to eat. You know, really does show that honestly between the two of us, this probably a year's worth of potatoes.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh yeah.
I can't imagine us eating. I mean, I know it's hard to tell because people eat more than they think that they do. You know, if you annualized all the food that you eat, it's a lot more than you think it is. But this is a lot of potatoes.
And potatoes really aren't that hard of work. Like, we cut up the seed potatoes, stuck them in a trench and covered it, watered it a handful of times.
I think we watered it one time.
Yeah, we did the walkways a couple times and hilled it.
Hilling's the hardest part,
Yeah.
and you need to hill it. You have to hill it at least twice. Definitely you want it mounded up as much as possible. You don't want to let any chance of, and we're going to find that out with our white potatoes when we do pick those, because we didn't hill those as well, and it's going to be a big difference because a lot of those got sun scalded, and so they're not going to be any good, so we're going to lose a lot of those. But with these, we hilled it up really well. We did 2 big mounds of hill on it, and that is, I think, what made the difference, because a lot of these potatoes were sitting right at the surface of that hill. So it's not like they bury deep down like you might think that they would. You think that they just run their roots way down. They go right on the surface. So the more that you hill up, the more that they will fill that mound, which honestly for us is what saved us, because of all the water that was in there, it drained out of the mound, and that's where the potatoes were in the loose soil of the mound, not deep down in the clay.
Yeah. Because these are a little wetter. We're a little muddier than we'd like to be doing this, but we'd rather do it now, like we said before, than have 2 more days of rain and have to wait another several days for it to dry out. So it turned out pretty good.
Yeah, and we were worried about rot, because they can rot. They can also, especially if you get a lot of water, they can start sprouting again, and you don't really necessarily want that. It doesn't necessarily ruin them, but you don't want that, and for storage purposes. But you know, in the end, we'll go take them inside, we'll dry them off, and we'll weigh them and let you guys know how much they are in the next video.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I'm thirsty and I'm tired.
I'm so thirsty.
So we're going to go inside, and we appreciate you guys stopping by watching us pick potatoes for our 3rd year of picking potatoes. And you saw earlier how many potatoes we got our 1st year, and also how many potatoes we got our 2nd year. I think our 3rd year is going to beat that, at least as far as the 3 rows that we've done here. It's going to beat the 3 of the rows that we did last year.
Well, even if it doesn't beat them, even if it's the exact same amount or even a little less, last year we had more than enough potatoes for us to give away to friends and family and to can for later, and then still have extra left over. Right. So we've got more than we need with what we can grow, but just even the conditions of it, the less weeds and everything else, it's a better harvest. So
we were much
poundage
better.
aside, so
yeah, but it's not that hard. Potatoes an easy crop to grow. Everyone should grow it if you can. It's actually good for your soil. It actually loosens it up too. It forces you to loosen it up as well. So,
and aside from like growing protein, right, meat, this is going to be one of the most filling, energy-giving things that you can grow in the garden. So, all right, you ready?
I'm ready.
High five. I can't reach. Woo! Super strong.
My potato fork.
It's getting weird now. All right. See y'all later. Have a good one.
Bye.
My nails.
It's that easy to get potatoes.